welcome back to another edition of Legally Insane. I'm your host, Matt Ritter. I'm a lawyer turned comedian, and with me, as always, is the hilarious Tony Sam.
I'm a comedian. I've never been a lawyer. I don't know nothing about it.
That's what makes this awesome. We're going to read some crazy stories from the law, and Tony has no idea what we're about to talk about.
I don't know what the topic is. It's always a pleasant surprise.
Do you want to guess?
Thievery.
I'll give you a hint. It's very topical. Government, politics.
Propecia.
Who's on Propecia? Trump? No, he's got a whole...
It's topical.
Topical. Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say like dermatologist stuff, but not...
Dermot Mulrooney.
Dermot Mulrooney. We're going to do a podcast on Dermot. Is he which one's Dermot Mulrooney? Which one's...
Or it's Maroney Del Dermot.
The other one. I can never get those two guys. They always mix them up. This week's
Josh
episode...
McDermott.
No, Dermot Mulroney or Dylan McDermott. That's
Josh Mulroney.
Josh Mulroney. No, this week we are covering a little topic called espionage.
Oh, spies like us.
Spies like us. I love that scene where he's about to do the surgery and he goes,
Doctor.
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 And he looks down and he's about to cut the guy open. He's got his appendicitis and he's up by his chest.
And then what happens?
And then I think the guy dies on the table and they run out of there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like after they go through the centrifuge and they're like, coffee? Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that was my favorite ride. That was my favorite ride as a kid. They called it the Gravitron.
Chevy Chase and
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. So we're going to talk about
And that's
spies.
our show, everybody.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to talk about spies like us. I thought it was topical because, people have been talking about all kinds of spy stuff with Russia.
Fake news.
Fake news. You know what is real news? The Espionage Act of 1917.
Covfefe.
Yeah, Covfefe. Passed shortly if we air this like in 8 weeks, Covfefe is probably not going to be.
I know. There will be no more hashtag Covfefe, but guess what? It will live on in the lexicon.
So the Espionage Act was founded in 1917, shortly after World War I, intended to prohibit interference with military operations.
Before that, nobody was espionaging.
Well, they didn't have an act. They just killed you. It wasn't codified. It was
spying on us?
You spying on us?
Kill him.
Hey,
what?
I just wanted to see what you guys were doing.
Like, what are you doing? He's like, well, there's not a term for it yet.
Yeah, you may not know, but your kids are going to love it.
Oh, wait. Espionage was probably around, but the act was.
The act. The
Espionage It wasn't Act. Like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. There's no word for it.
The word espionage has been around for a while, but during the World War I, it became clear that espionage needed to be sort of something we needed to put into law, and there was a big uproar. Actually, you weren't allowed to support the enemy. That was the big thing. Still is. You're not allowed to support the enemy. That's
treason.
That's treason, right? So the Supreme Court heard a case called Schenck v. the U.S. because
what the?
Schenck,
hey, for our listeners, that's a dog.
Yeah. So there's a dog here. Yes, there's always a dog sometimes.
It's about to explode.
So Schenck, they ruled because people thought it was an abridgment to their freedom of speech. And the U.S. Supreme Court ruled unanimously that Schenck did not violate freedom of speech. If you got convicted, they were allowed to bar speech. So basically what was happening was in wartime, you got a lot of people who were socialists. You remember Eugene Debs?
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he was the first Bernie Sanders. He was the original Bernie. He felt the original. Bernie is a cheap copy of Eugene Victor Debs.
Oh, yeah. Carbon cheap copy.
Yeah, just a cheap. He's just Eugene Debs in a cheap suit.
Hey, I got a great story about espionage.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And it has to do with World War I.
You're probably about to talk. You're probably going to step on my story. But
does it involve lemon juice?
No, it does not.
Oh, well, then you're all right.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, in Great Britain, apparently some German sympathizers had infiltrated the British command and were stealing secrets using letters of invisible ink where they wrote with lemon juice. It was like a mixture of lemon juice and some other reagents, but primarily it was lemon juice.
Did you trip on acid when you were in Palm Springs this weekend?
No, this is completely true. So they were found out, they were caught, and they weren't even sly about hiding it. When they were caught, they had not quill pens, but they had like ink pens jammed into lemons that they were using. Like they weren't even getting that was where they kept the. So they had lemons on them when they caught the guy.
Yeah, you never want to get caught with the thing that you're using. But actually, I'm going to get to that. Hey,
when
later.
life throws you lemons, you steal secrets.
You got to steal secrets, man. If you can't do anything else.
Anyway, it's a true story.
Let me tell you something. That didn't make my top 5 craziest stories that I'm going to come up with later, but that's pretty good that you had your own just tucked away, knowing. I feel like you always know a little bit about a little bit.
Well, I know a lot about things with food.
Yeah. So the lemon, this wasn't even about spying to you.
It was more about the lemons.
So anyway, the original Bernie, Eugene Victor Debs, and a bunch of commies, they were passing around, they were anti-war.
Anti-war. They were passing around anti-war pamphlets.
Leaflets. Yeah, those damn commies.
Handwritten.
Right. So
not handwritten, ham-written.
Ham.
They wrote them on
I like
canned
when
ham.
Kids writing ham, they write little notes.
Ham radio.
Yeah. So,
ham sandwich.
So they passed a law saying, you can't basically, you got to support the flag, man. You got to support the flag. So that's basically what it came down to.
That's it?
That's it.
It was so anticlimactic. So you got to support the flag.
No, you couldn't convey any information with intent to interfere with the operation or success of the armed forces of the United States or to promote success of its enemies.
No secrets.
Yeah, not just no secrets.
No homo.
What they're trying to do here is they're trying to restrict anybody from protesting, basically.
What would protesting have to do with secrets?
They kept it very broad. They basically said, and as long as here's the other part. To convey false reports or false statements with the intent to interfere or to cause or attempt to cause insubordination, disloyalty, mutiny, refusal of duty in the military, or to willfully obstruct the recruiting or enlistment services of the U.S. So that's where it got a little shaky.
Don't fuck
with the U.S.
With the USA
government. Yeah, do not. It also gave the Postmaster General authority to impound or refuse mail publications.
The stamp guy.
Yeah, the stamp guy. He's got power.
You think instead of stars on his shoulders, he's just got 4 stamps? He's a 4-star Postmaster General.
You think he's got 4 on each side if he's like the general? So what do you think the postmaster below him has?
Well, he's a Postmaster Major. Are there different...
Postmaster
I didn't know there was a military branch in the post.
The postmaster. Now I have to switch over from Wikipedia to see who the postmaster.
He is the modern model of a modern major postmaster general.
I'll give you $10 if you can tell me the name of the postmaster general right now.
I bet his name is like Dick or
You're
Larry.
You're such a misogynist. Her name is Megan Brennan.
Holy, that's cool.
Yeah. She's been there since 2015. Anyway, so Woodrow Wilson was behind the Espionage Act, and then it was extended. Then in 1933, a signals expert published a popular book about breaking Japanese codes. So the act was amended to prohibit disclosure of foreign codes.
You couldn't
write books about the foreign codes.
Even after the war?
Even after the war.
What's that movie about that gay gentleman in Great Britain who...
Oh, that's great. The Imitation Game. He cracks the code. Oh, so Debs, again, comes up. He was arrested and sentenced in 1912 for 10 years in prison for making a speech that obstructed recruiting.
How many people have been arrested thanks to the espionage?
Well, I'll give you the list in a minute, but I just want to tell you that he ran for president from prison in 1920, Debs.
I think he didn't win.
No, he didn't. Warren G. Harding commuted his sentence after 5 years, though. This is interesting. In 1917, there was a movie. This is a case called the United States versus Motion Picture Film. The federal court upheld the government's seizure of a film called The Spirit of 76.
Oh, I heard of that.
Remember that one? You know what it's about?
No. I'm thinking of a race. There's actually, seems like a lot of race cars have been called the Spirit of 70s.
Yeah, and I think you were thinking of Herbie, Car 54, Where Are You?
No.
Remember that one?
Herbie Goes Bananas?
Yeah, Herbie goes out of the car.
Where'd you get Car 54
I
from?
don't know. Spirit of 76.
Was Herbie in Car 54? Where
Wasn't
are you?
he? Those two different
Love Bug?
The Love Bug. Am I thinking of two different things?
Yes.
What's Car 54?
That is a cop show from the 1950s.
And Herbie was the Love Bug.
Herbie is a Beatle from like the 60s and 70s.
And then toys ripped off Herbie, basically.
That's right. There's Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah.
Herbie Goes Bananas.
Yeah.
Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo.
You really...
My brother and I love
You
Herbie.
love the Herbie series. You were offended that I mixed up Herbie with...
I didn't know what the you were talking about. I was like, this guy doesn't know about Herbie.
He doesn't even know any of the sequels.
You don't know Herbie, you phony.
You said it like I insulted the Police Academy series. Like I didn't, like I couldn't name every one of them.
Hightower.
Yeah.
Sweet Chuck.
Yeah.
Mahoney.
Like, tell me the name of the third part right now, or I'll pull your brains out. That would be Citizens on Patrol. Is that right?
What was Bobcat Goldthwait's character?
He was no Sweet Chuck. No, that's the nerd that he gets.
Yeah.
What is it? I forget. Yeah, that's right. That was his name.
God, he doesn't like doing that anymore.
No, he's trying to run away from that.
No. Now he wears cowboy hat.
Can't run away from your past.
He wears
man.
a lot of cowboy hat.
Can't never run away from that. Anyway, so Spirit of 76 was a depiction of cruelty on the part of the British soldiers during the American Revolution. So you're saying to yourself, why would this be allowed to be seized under the
Why
espionage?
would you be allowed to be seized under the espionage?
Because they didn't want to undermine support for America's wartime ally.
Oh, you're either with us or against us, you son of a... We'll kill you.
Don't make movies about our American Revolution, which makes the British look bad.
That's right. The Redcoats are coming.
The Redcoats are coming to help us now. So now we don't make any movies about that. So basically, any American Revolution movie under those grounds would have been banned at the time. Pretty amazing.
Hey, when did the British start being our friends again?
I think World War I.
We were okay with it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we forgive you.
Yeah, we forgive you. Don't play any of that stuff from the American Revolution ever again. So then we'll fast forward a little. A lot of people got charged. One guy got charged over a book they wrote called The Finnish Mysteries.
The Finnish Mysteries?
Yeah, this book claimed that patriotism was a delusion and murder. So the officers were charged with attempting to cause insubordination. And,
you mean the authors?
Yeah, the authors. And the book was banned in Canada.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, the Winnipeg newspaper described it as seditious.
Not the Winnipeg.
The Winnipeg Tribune.
The Winnipeg Reporter.
Yeah, I mean, that was the Washington Post of its day.
Oh, my God. Bernstein and Woodrow and What is it?
Yes.
Woodman and
Woodward and Bernstein, yes. They went to jail. Whoa. These guys went to jail.
The Bob and Doug McKenzie. The McKenzie brothers.
The McKenzie brothers of the Tribune.
Hey, Hoser, we got some traitors, eh?
Hey.
Take them down, eh?
You guys are
Take off.
You're writing about anti-government stuff?
Great White North, take off, dude.
Hey, we'll put you in one of those.
Good day.
We'll put you in one of those tree houses that we've got.
We'll go to Ottawa and crack a beer, eh?
Hey, not at the Tribune anymore.
No, eh?
Not at the Tribune.
Back bacon.
No more of that. We won't have any more of that.
No.
We won't have any more of that at the Winnipeg Tribune. This Tribune is a patriotic newspaper. And then we got to
have Rush, the Rush band.
Oh yeah,
play some songs.
Oh yeah, but they probably would have been.
I think they were elected president there, weren't they?
I think they were a Congressional Medal of Honor. So then we had the Red Scare. You know the Red Scare?
Is that herpes or something?
Yeah, that's what it's been known to be. It's also when you have white sheets and a girl comes over. And
stop right there! Oh no! Hey, do a quick refresh for our listeners. Get us to speed.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about the Espionage Act and its history, and we're going to get into some crazy stories of espionage and how we feel about the overreach, maybe, of the Espionage Act in the U.S. currently. But before we get to that, right now we're talking about the Red Scare, which was in 1919. There were a bunch of bombings aimed at government officials. And so they used
In the U.S.?
in the U.S. So they used the Sedition Act to deport a bunch of foreign-born people from Russia.
Was the Haymarket riot involved in that?
Could be. I don't know.
You don't
Sounds
know.
right. Sounds right. It's not
Chicago, there were some bombings.
Right.
I know in L.A. there was too. They bombed the L.A. Times.
Yeah. So they sent them away in the Soviet Ark, a bunch of Russians, and they challenged their convictions. And again,
Fake news.
fake news. This was Schenck v. the U.S. So Schenck was an anti-war socialist, and Oliver Wendell Holmes said that he upheld the conviction, but he also introduced a new theory that said that in such cases, it's limited to political expression that constitutes a clear and present danger.
Was Schenck the Russian?
Schenck was an anti-war socialist.
In Russia, bomb throw you. In Russia, newspaper writes you.
Is that how it is there?
Yeah, it just says Yakov.
Yakov Smirnov. So that was where the clear and present danger standard came from. Great Harrison Ford movie.
How dare you come in here and bark at me? I am the president of the United States.
Was that from Clear and Present Danger, or is that from one of the other ones?
I thought that was, how dare you come in and bark at me like some junkyard dog. I thought that was that one. Maybe it's...
I think that's when Harrison Ford's playing the president.
He's not the president in any of them.
Isn't he the one in that Wesley Snipes movie with the...
Get off my plane.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
No
one?
ticket?
No
Punches
washi. No, that's Indiana Jones on the blimp.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't Kurt Russell in that one for like a second and then he dies?
In Indiana Jones?
No.
Passenger 57?
Where he's on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know. Who was in Passenger 57? That was
Always bet on black.
Air Force One. He was the president.
That's
the
it.
Russian terrorists hijacked the plane. Come on. Get with it. So anyway, so the Supreme Court, that was where they came up with the notion that speech is equivalent to falsely shouting fire in a crowded theater, and it may not be protected by the First Amendment all the time.
So shouting anti-war rhetoric.
Yeah, is sort of like shouting fire in a crowded movie theater. That's what they...
Now, does that still apply today?
No, we've gone back and forth on it. We've had some basically limitations.
Does it vary from state to state, or is this federal law?
Federal law, the Espionage Act, actually. So then we get to the act was used in World War II again very heavily.
Goddamn Hitler had
That's
to
right.
come along.
That's right.
Stupid son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. In 1945, 6 associates of the Amerasia magazine, Journal of Far Eastern Affairs.
Yeah, I subscribe to that.
Amerasia?
I get that and I get highlights.
Yeah, I love when you got to try and find the things.
Hidden objects.
The hidden objects.
You ever go to a doctor's office? That's all they got is highlights and Amerasia.
Is there anything worse than when somebody's already circled
All the
objects?
Amerasia crosswords.
Yeah, when they circle the Amerasia crossword thing, and you're like,
Yeah.
I wanted to do the Amerasia crossword.
Or they've like torn out the timber toes out of the Amerasia.
I mean-
hey, I want to read what happens to these goddamn timber toes.
I mean, without that, why is it even sitting in the office?
Goofus and Gallant.
Which one was Goofus?
He was the goofy one. He was the stupid one.
Why did Gallant always?
I feel like
Well, I mean,
I identify more with Gallant.
Yeah, I'm more of a Gallant too.
No, I'm a Goofus.
Yeah, me too. Damn it! But why can't Goofus win sometimes?
I wish Goofus could not screw up for once.
Yeah, but why couldn't it have been a thing where, like Goofus eggs a house and then all of a sudden everybody wants to be friends with him and Gallant's like, don't do that. And then they're like, nobody's friends with Gallant.
Also, maybe you shouldn't have named your kids Goofus and Gallant.
Yeah.
You set him up.
You're setting them up for one of them's going to lead a life of crime.
I apologize for the cough.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Where were we? Oh, so Amerasia magazine. So they proposed using the Espionage Act against them.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like
this was McCarthy, the McCarthy era. They were really using the Espionage Act. And then we got to the Rosenbergs, of course, where the Russian spies.
Isn't that a show on ABC?
That's the Goldbergs.
And they're all spies.
I think they're just 80s Jews.
They're not spies.
Similar. They're just 80s Jews.
Next week on the Rosenbergs.
But you wanted to know about the change in the law. And so courts in the 60s and 70s changed the standard for enforcing some provisions. Brandenburg versus Ohio changed the clear and present danger test that we originally had in Shank to the imminent lawless action test, which is stricter. It's a stricter test of the inflammatory nature, right? So what do you think would be like something you would say that would be more of an imminent lawless action?
Something I would say?
Yeah. I think it would be like, let's go fucking kill that president, you know? That would be like...
Can't say you're going to kill someone.
Right. Probably. That's probably more of a like imminent lawless test. So they loosened it up. And then in the 70s, there was something called the Pentagon Papers. These New York Times reporters, Daniel Ellsberg and Anthony Russo, they were charged with a felony for publishing classified documents. And they ended up getting acquitted.
Sounds like Edward Snowden.
Very similar. We're going to get to Snowden in a bit too, but the court was very divided. They denied the government request to restrain the press. In their opinion, they felt the government has a heavy burden of proof. So they've expanded, we've kind of swung a little bit to the left here, basically saying that the government has to prove that the publisher has reason to believe the material could be used to the injury of the U.S.
So we're going to talk about WikiLeaks.
Yeah. So we're going to get to. Oh, so you wanted the list of spies? There are a lot of spies in the 90s.
In the 90s.
The 90s there are quite a few, mostly from East Germany, Russia, Ecuador, Hungary. So then we get to the 21st century, and under the Obama administration, there were a bunch of Espionage Act issues. Most notably, a former man, now woman, named Chelsea Manning. You remember that one?
Isn't that one of the brothers who wrote The Matrix?
I mean, that would be Lana Wachowski.
Oh, the Wachowskis.
This is Chelsea Manning, the first-class private who is convicted of 6 counts of violating the Espionage Act. He leaked a bunch of state secrets. Z leaked a bunch of state secrets. That is
why did she do that?
Z is the proper pronoun for
Z
transgender person. So
why did Z do that?
They felt that it was their duty to publish what they thought was, things that the U.S. was doing wrong. That's where it gets a little dicey.
Their duty? Yeah. You can't refer to one person in plural?
This is a new world you got to get used to, man.
I don't like it.
Well. And then in 2013, Snowden was charged after releasing documents exposing the NSA's spying program. So that's amazing that he's actually getting charged under the Espionage Act by outing the NSA, who are in fact committing espionage.
Snowden. But he's seeking asylum, right?
Right.
He's been in Russia.
He's been hanging out in airports like Tom Hanks in The Terminal. It's kind of a crazy existence.
Transit.
He's a transient.
So is he in Russia though?
I think he's in South America now somewhere. I think they were trying to give him asylum. So there's a lot of criticism basically from the whistleblowers, people who believe whistleblowers have an important role to play. What do you think?
I don't know what to think. If by exposing bad things, you do bad things to expose it, and you don't limit it to just exposing that bad thing, but you've exposed other things that were secrets. I think that's bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but so Snowden basically released a lot of sensitive info with the goal of exposing the National Security Agency of spying on all of us.
I know. So he took like a bomb to a scalpel job, right? Could he have released certain things?
Possibly. But
because it's a touchy subject.
Is he a hero? Or
according to the politicians, no, he's a criminal.
So right now, legal scholars are arguing that the Supreme Court's got to take this up. They've actually never addressed the constitutionality of applying the Espionage Act to leaks to the American public right now. if they're basically saying that right now they should find the use of it overbroad and unconstitutional in the absence of a public interest defense. So
we should take a call on this. Let's go ahead and take a first call on this.
We're going to take a call. We have Daniel from Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's me, Danny. I prefer Danny from Winnipeg.
Hey, Danny, you wouldn't have happened to have written for the Winnipeg Tribune, would you?
Oh, yeah, everybody there does.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Have you ever done any reporting that's crossed any boundaries there?
Oh, I once wrote about my dick once.
Yeah, that's exposing some state secrets over there, Danny.
Mm-hmm, my dog dick.
Yeah, so how do you feel about espionage then, huh?
It's bad news, eh?
Yeah, we'll take another call. This is
Hi, this is Ed. This is Ed from somewhere in the world.
I know who this is. This is Chelsea Manning, isn't it?
No, it's Ed.
I know who you are.
Ed Snowden.
No, we got Ed Snowden on the line.
I prefer the name Eddie. Fast Eddie.
Eddie, how does it feel living in hotels?
Boy, what a life, huh? You never have to make the bed. You can trash the place. They just keep your deposit. That's nothing.
Ed Snowden giving us the upside.
I'm rich, baby. I'm rich with secrets. I got the wealth of information.
He does have a wealth of information. Nobody's richer if secrets were how we value.
How's he living anyway?
Off secrets. I bet you he probably barters secrets like on Bitcoin. He's probably like, hey, man, do you want to know who your wife's fucking?
Yeah.
Give me 100 Bitcoin.
What?
Give me 100 Bitcoin. And I'll tell you who your wife's fucking.
Now it's 200 because you're playing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he goes into a McDonald's and he goes, hey, you want to know a secret?
I just work here. Would you like to order something, sir?
Yeah, but I don't have any money.
Yeah, we only take U.S. currency.
You sure you don't take secrets? I know you're undocumented.
Would you like me to get the
Can I supersize that?
Yes.
That's Ed Snowden living off secrets. So what I think is interesting too, I got to tell you a little personal anecdote. I have a friend, secret friend. I had a friend from law school. His parents were actually caught spying for Cuba. Yeah, and they went to
the Americans.
Yeah, they went to jail. They were professors, and they were. For the past 25 years, they had been passing secrets to the Cubans.
When did they get arrested?
In 2006, maybe. And it turns out, well, here's what I think is funny. It turns out, when you get charged, a lot of times there's a lesser charge called failure to register as a foreign agent. There's a Foreign Agent Registration Act, which allows you to register as a foreign agent.
Who would do that?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That seems kind of like a catch-22, no?
Yeah, if they knew you were an agent, then
what the hell are you doing in my country?
The purpose.
Yeah, I would like
How are they getting their information? What were they doing?
Shortwave radio in the backyard.
Yeah, but what secrets?
I don't know. I mean, they didn't pass them to me. No, they were spying on the Cuban exile community, trying to find out what was going down on there, and then they would take class trips with their class to Cuba, and then they'd sneak out.
So they were tasked to find exiles and keep tabs
on them, and then they would take a trip every year with their college, their professors, and they'd bring it back to Cuba. But they didn't register, which is kind of silly, right? I mean, who's going to go? I'd like to register here at the DMV.
Yeah, that's $25.
Yeah, there's I don't know how to.
And all this paperwork, fill it out.
Do you have
Take a number.
Do you have any? I don't see it.
Take a number.
I see I'm looking for a specific
form.
Take
a number.
I'm looking for
Hey, fuck face!
I'm looking for the spy form.
It's over on the shelf behind you. Take a number.
Which shelf?
The shelf.
I can't find it. That would be a great defense. Hey, I was going to register. I was going to register as a foreign agent, but have you been to the DMV? Could you show me where the spy form is?
Right. I'm gonna need you to take a number.
Can you just show me where the spy form is?
I'm gonna need you.
I've been here for 2 hours.
Take a number.
How many people do you think are trying to register as a spy right now? I'm the only person here trying to register as a spy. Do you understand?
Take a number.
Excuse me. No, excuse me. I was here. Excuse me. I was in line. Excuse me. I was in line. I would like to speak to your supervisor.
1 second. Hello. Take a number.
I I am trying to register as a foreign agent. Do you not understand?
Yes. There are many people here trying to register.
Is anybody else here? Oh, you're all here trying to register? Yeah. God damn it. All right. I'll take a number.
Here's your number. 1,480.
Anybody want to switch with me? So nobody registers as a foreign agent. That's a ludicrous proposition, you know? Here's one I wanted to go into. I wanted to get into the funniest spy stories that I found on here that I thought were totally nuts. So there were a couple of times. You remember you were talking about the lemon thing? Here's an even funnier version.
Well, I'll be the judge.
Okay. I want you to be the judge. This is the Pizzagate. This is Pizzagate.
Pizzagate.
Yeah, pretty much. Pizzagate.
Oh, that's when they accused Hillary of, or some guy.
Oh, no. That's already been used. Pizzagate's already been used as a name?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. I got to come up with a new one then. Well, it was a pizza situation then. Pizza.
Oh, I saw that guy on MTV.
All right, here we go. This is a great Pizza the Hut.
No, the situation.
Oh, that guy. Is he still around? Is he the star of a podcast at
He's
this point?
He's a bad dude.
So these guys were in Lebanon, CIA in Lebanon, and they had informants, and they had a code word for their meetings. Guess what the code word was?
Pizza.
Damn it. I gave it away. So the code word was pizza. Guess where they met up for their secret meetings?
Pizza place.
Yeah.
In Lebanon?
Guess how many? Guess which pizza place?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. They met
in Lebanon.
In Lebanon, their code word was pizza, and they actually met
at a
Pizza Hut.
It's not really a code word, though.
It's not really, guys. I'm not sure if you understand how code words work.
Yeah, no, we're having pizza.
No. But the thing is, it's got to be a secret.
I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, no, I know, but the thing is, you're at a pizza place, and your code word is pizza.
Yeah, but nobody knows that.
There's only one pizza place in Lebanon.
I like pizza!
You can eat pizza separate from the secret meetings. You know that, right?
Oh, boy. 2 birds, 1 stone.
No, not 2 birds with 1 stone.
Boy, that would have been a great password.
Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. It would have been at least A to C. So they actually, Hezbollah didn't have to go around investigating too many pizza places. They went to the Pizza Hut in Lebanon. And not too hard for them. They busted up and captured dozens of U.S. spies. You know what's sad about this is, like, how much do you miss Pizza Hut that you had to have all of your spy meetings there?
I don't know.
Lebanese food's delicious.
Yeah, with that deep dish Pizza Hut, it's got that kind of crispiness on the bottom.
You probably miss it after a while, too, when you're in the depths of the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know?
Pizza Hut, it's weird, but it's all right.
It's all right. But just so you know, if you're ever going to join the CIA and you're going to have a Pizza Hut craving, don't use the code word pizza.
That's right.
For your meetings. So those guys basically ruined in decades of CIA operations.
So they got caught.
They got caught. We lost our entire foothold in Lebanon. That's a true story. Here's another great one. This is even stupider. So Iran, I don't know if you know about this one.
I know you run.
You know I run. I do a little bit of running, a light jog, more like. In Iran, the CIA tried to give faulty info for the nukes to the Iranians through a spy. They hatched a plot called Operation Merlin, and they wanted to try and set back the Iran nuclear program. So they hired a defected Russian nuclear physicist and arranged for him to slip blueprints for the firing of the nuclear codes to the Iranians. But unbeknownst to anybody but the CIA, the blueprints had been altered to render the device useless.
Oh, no.
Which would have been awesome.
They turned them into red prints.
Yeah, he did. He fixed everything that was wrong with the blueprints.
The color's all wrong.
Yeah. He goes,
what do you do?
He literally fixed everything, every mistake. He was so meticulous. He wasn't supposed to open them up. He opened them up. And he's like, this isn't how you make a bomb. Whose idea was this? This is just a bunch of pinball parts.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he fixed it and gave the Iranians the actual blueprints for a nuclear weapon.
Oh, no.
That's a big blunder.
They didn't want them to have that.
They didn't want them to have that. We all know how that turned out. Actually, we don't yet.
Wait, we will.
We actually will.
Coming to a theater near you.
Coming to a theater near you. The CIA spy who shagged us.
So, our operative
Yeah.
fixed the plans.
He fixed the plans.
I think he knew what he was doing.
Well, that's what they say. They said maybe he was a double agent. Double, triple double agent.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that was a major that was probably the biggest screw up that we've had.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
We gave the Iranians a nuclear weapon.
He gave the Iranians a nuke. Essentially. And then this is a funny one.
You don't think they would do nothing with it, would?
Nah. I mean, are they more likely to do anything than we are?
Korea,
maybe. This is a stupid one. The German spy team, a man named Andreas, he used to carry around his spy stuff in a little spy notebook. He was a little spy notebook.
Hans.
Yes.
Hans.
Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's raining cats and like dogs and cats.
What?
Remember that? That's in Die Hard. That's who gives it away.
That's in it too?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because he does.
Mr. Tagashi, the codes, please.
I don't know the codes. If I had them,
I will count to 3.
I'm telling you, you're going to have to kill me because I don't know. I don't.
Have it your way. And then you got to get Ellis in there.
He was a smooth talker.
Yeah.
But they kill him.
Oh, yeah.
That guy should have.
Hans, Booby.
Baby.
Booby.
I know who's the guy.
I can get him for you.
Booby. Don't they like throw him off?
Ellis, you don't know what these people are capable of. They kill Ellis. So the Germans, this guy carried around a little spy notebook, and it wasn't in code. It was just a diary of spy stuff, like a little.
Dear diary, it is March the 3rd, and I have stolen yet another secret, but my heart is long.
The one thing I cannot steal.
The one thing I cannot steal is love.
Love. Marjorie.
Marjorie.
She won't have me. I've given her so many secrets.
Dear diary, March the 4th. Marjorie has yet again turned away my affections. She continually gives me secrets, however, but the one thing I crave, I shall not have.
I gave her nuclear codes.
March the 5th. Dear diary, Marjorie has successfully created a nuclear weapon and plans to use it against my home country.
Still won't even get to second base.
However, yes, she pushes away my hand when I come close, and I only pray that a nuclear holocaust consumes me.
And then I only pray that a nuclear holocaust reduces the number of men to 1.
Right. Me. Then I will be hers forever. March the 6th. I was wrong. I was so colossally wrong. I've never been so wrong in my life.
We've blown up the world.
I write this with my last dying breath. Marjorie, you temptress.
I have but one more secret. I am a homosexual. He carried his secrets around.
Boy, we should edit this where that's the beginning, the middle, and the end.
A true love story.
The spy.
The spy who never shagged me. The spy who never shagged me. So the moral of the story is there's been a lot of people put in jail through this Espionage Act that's used very broadly. A lot of times it's used to shut down newspapermen, rival political parties, and whistleblowers.
Thank you for saying it that way.
Yes.
I hope that we don't have anyone wrongly, I guess, accused of this with the problems we're having now.
Yeah, you want to know how much it costs to mount a typical defense to the Espionage Act? The average cost of a espionage defense, $1 to $3 million. You better have a good lawyer, pal.
Yeah, you're not going to win that one.
No. You got to have some deep pockets. So anyway, if you're listening, Ed Snowden or Chelsea Manning, we'd love to get your thoughts on the espionage.
Yeah, call in or something.
Yeah, call in sometime.
Do it.
I hope that was entertaining for you guys.
Boy, I learned a lot. Don't with the country.
Do not.
This is my America.
Do not mess with America. I think we're going to do some other cool stuff. We may cover some topics like maybe, I don't know, porn or...
Oh, don't tell me. It's a secret.
We can't tell you. All right, so we can't do porn. Then forget about that.
No, porn's up.
Well, I got to tell you, this was fun. We learned a lot of crazy stuff, and we hope to see you next week on...
Legally